everyone. I'm so excited to welcome Lisa Williams, and she is the author of Parenting Isn't Hard, You're Just Doing It Wrong. Lisa, can you share with us a little bit about your book?
Yes, hi. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be talking about it. It just came out to the end of January, and I've been working on it for a little over 5 years. I started writing it when my twins were about four, when I really started wondering when it was going to get hard because I have to say I got fairly lucky with them. And I was spending a lot of time with other parents who were complaining a lot and finding, a lot of things unfavorable. And I just remember thinking, I don't think it really needs to be this hard. I think I started thinking about chapters of ways to do things differently to make it a little less hard on yourself, and it eventually turned into a book. It was my love project, I like to call it, and now it's officially in print. It's amazing. It's a dream come true, and I'm really excited to be sharing it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your book. This is really exciting. And just thinking about parenting, I think that, as parents, we want it to be fun and joyful and we want to have a connection with our kids. So I love that you're talking about this, and I know it can be hard sometimes. So
Absolutely.
Lisa, yeah, what was your inspiration for writing the book?
Honestly, my twins. I spent 8.5 months. I didn't make it full term with them. Hearing how difficult my life was going to get. I'm sure you remember hearing, you're never going to sleep again. Get sleep
Yeah.
now. You're never going to sleep. Double trouble. All those, anything and everything you could think of. That was the cliche with twins. I heard.
Uh-huh.
I did kind of brace myself for it, but I've always been a very naturally positive person. I worked with elementary school kids for a very long time. I was a nanny. I pretty much always worked with kids. So I felt like I had the patience level that you need to have
Yeah.
twins. But I just realized it didn't seem like it took a lot to get them where I wanted them. Not that it's really I am the one to be
Uh-huh.
credited with that. They were excellent sleepers. But I think that there was some things I incorporated into my parenting style, like energy levels,
Mhm.
the active patience, things like that, that people sometimes just forget, or it just gets too overwhelming and too difficult that we don't remember to embrace those moments and really enjoy. And parenting, it goes by so fast that
Yeah.
we look back and we wonder what we did spending the majority of that time being upset or looking at it as difficult, when if we could look at it from a different angle, from a different outlook, then maybe it would be more enjoyable. And that's really all I ever wanted, was to enjoy the time I have with them. I know it goes quickly, and that was kind of my inspiration for this, but also to spread, I don't want to say cheer because that sounds very Christmassy, but more like positivity. I think there's a lot of, I've heard a lot about the title being catchy, and I have people saying, I beg to differ. And I'm not dismissing the fact that parenting is difficult. I do address that quite a bit.
Right.
It's more just like, what can we do to take a step back, not have it be so hard on us, and really spend more time enjoying it than seeing it as difficult.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. Well, it sounds like you have some tools in here that can help people, which I think is great. And I think parents are really going to enjoy reading this book for the advice, and also just, to feel like
So,
somebody is kind of on their side as well.
relatable stories for sure. You don't have to have twins either. This is not like, that's another big thing of mine. And this is not all about twins. It doesn't, this is, the cover kind of says that. Everybody's like, where are your boys? And I'm like, that's not me on the cover. It's not me. It's not my twins. This is one size, this could fit anybody. So
Yes, yes. So,
yeah.
Lisa, is there anything else you can share with us about the book, messages within the book, or even anything else about yourself?
Um, yeah, I mean, definitely, brace yourself for the tone. I can be a little sarcastic at times. I don't mean to sound like that, because I do bring a sense of humor to it. I do
Mhm.
try and make it very lighthearted, but I could see some people, I do write a disclaimer in the beginning saying this isn't for the faint of heart, or if you're not willing to change, to be open-minded, it does take a little bit of that. So I do like to warn people ahead of time, especially, when I was sharing it with my colleagues. I'm in higher ed, so I
Uh-huh.
work with a lot of academics,
Uh-huh.
which is not an academic book. But I do have a background in developmental psychology, so I studied the development of children and adolescents for a long time. It's a passion of mine. I love teaching about it. So while this isn't incredibly scientifically based, there is some truth behind some of the things that I say, just developmentally the things that go into parenting and things that we need to take into consideration, especially with the rising anxiety rates and things that children are exposed to these days that they weren't always in the future. I mean in the past. So
Right.
yeah, that's a little bit more about my background and what I was hoping to kind of do with the intentions of this book.
Wonderful. Okay. And I love that you have a little bit of humor woven through the book. That always makes them more enjoyable to read. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for sharing about your book. For anybody who's interested in picking up a copy, again, it's Lisa Williams, and the title is Parenting Isn't Hard, You're Just Doing It Wrong. You can get it on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, also Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you so much for being with us today, Lisa.
Thank you so much for having me.